If you don't know what you're making for the holiday gathering yet, our next guest always has a few easy recipes up her sleeve.
Give it up for the cooking mom, Amy Hatton. Oh, good morning. Okay,
hi,
this
ladies.
is going to be the ultimate holiday dinner right here.
And the other thing, which is so great about it, is that it's crazy easy. So I love making something really special. I'm going to be with my whole family this holiday season, everybody but my son, who is a teacher in Japan. But I don't want to be stuck in the kitchen the whole time. You know what I mean?
Right,
I like to get it done. And this recipe is near and dear to my heart. I call it Just Leave It Beef and Wine. And any recipe that says just leave it, I'm all about that.
Makes sense.
The other thing about this recipe, yeah, you get my drift on that. I want to be able to just leave it. And this recipe is so special to me because it was actually my grandmother's recipe. And when she passed away a while back, I got the job of going through her kitchen, and I found in her cookbooks a handwritten note on this recipe that said, "Always a hit at my dinner parties." And then there was a smudge of her lipstick. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to make this. And she was just such an amazing entertainer. She loved to have people over, but she loved to have fun at her own party. So at that point, I knew I had to make this recipe, and I've been making it ever since. So that's what you want to do. You want to have fun at your parties. So
yes,
this is
you
a
do.
jump and go recipe. You do. Also, this recipe feels kind of fancy, but it's really almost like a hot dish, you know? So it's called, again, Just Leave It Beef and Wine. You can do it in your slow cooker. My grandmother, back in the day, they didn't use the slow cooker. This was way back when. She would just do it in a big old Dutch oven in her oven. So it works great either way. So I love the slow cooker liners. You know that, because I don't like, doing the dishes after a holiday meal. And then you're going to go to the grocery store or your butcher and get a nice big, like 4 to 5 pound chuck roast, or a couple of 3-pounders, and chunk it up into nice 1 to 2 inch cubes. I don't love using stew meat unless you tell your butcher you want that to be chuck roast. Stew meat, I'm just not sure sometimes what kind of mixes of meat it is. I love doing a chuck roast. So you need about, when it's all chunked up, about 3 pounds of chuck roast, or good quality, some sort of a good quality beef that's going to shred apart. Now we're just going to dump a bunch of stuff in here. This is an old school recipe, but sometimes old school recipes are really the best, right, guys?
There's a reason. They're classics. Yes.
Yes. This is 1 packet of dry onion soup mix. So you don't need salt and pepper, because that will do it. And then this is the crazy part. It's 1 can each of cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, cream of celery soup, and that all goes in there. And you're going, how does this work? Trust me, it does. My dog Arlo has been hanging out in the kitchen. I cook this all night long, and my kitchen smells amazing. I wish you could smell it.
I wish I could
so anyway,
smell it
all
too.
this goes in there. Yeah, he's looking for scraps. None yet. I haven't served it up yet, Arlo, but maybe in a minute. So again, dump all those canned soups in there. Then we're going to do a good amount of Worcestershire sauce. Just kind of I do a good tablespoon. I'm sure my grandmother never measured. She was, getting her hair done and all that kind of stuff. And then here's the fun part. A real good amount, it's called Just Leave It Beef and Wine. This is a dry red wine, nothing super fancy, but I'd say a good cup of it or so.
Yes.
And then you can have a glass of wine while you're making it. All good. Yeah, more wine, more better. If you're doing it in the slow cooker, low and slow for really all day long until that meat is fall apart tender. If you're doing it in your oven, I like to do it for a good 4 to 5 hours. Sometimes I'll saute some mushrooms. It's kind of like a cross between beef tips and a stroganoff, but we're not using tenderloin, so it's a lot cheaper to do. I can't wait to show it to you. Again, this is a holiday tradition in my house. Whether you do it for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's, or just make it another time. If there's one of my recipes you ever do this one. It is amazing.
Hey, Amy,
okay, so here it is.
If you said the kind of wine that you should use, if you don't have that specific type of like a dry red, is there anything else that you can use in exchange if you're like, oh no, I don't have time to go to the liquor store?
Yeah, you know what? White wine would also work. A dry white wine. I don't really want you to do a sweet wine. Okay. Even if you just get a couple of those little screw-up bottles. We're not talking about a $50 bottle of wine here. It can be, wine from a couple of days ago. It does give some great flavor. I do, Kendall, get questions all the time. What if I don't want to cook with wine? Just sub out and do beef stock. The alcohol will cook out, but it just leaves a great flavor.
Oh, I was just going to ask you about the hangover.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
If you get a hangover, it's not because of this dish.
Okay.
So, all right, so here it is. It's cooked low and slow. We love this over buttered egg noodles. It's great also over, buttered egg noodles. Throw a little butter on there. And then we also love this with a dollop of sour cream on top, a little bit of parsley. Like I said, sometimes we'll do sauteed mushrooms, or you can throw mushrooms whole button or sliced in the last hour of cooking, a little parsley on top. And this is the ultimate deal. You don't have to do 53 different dishes for the holidays. Keep it easy breezy. I have a brand new website. It just launched. It's filled with tons of recipes for the holidays. I've got a whole section that says like my holiday favorites. Really great ideas to keep you with your family and not in the kitchen full time. And my newsletter is free. It goes out every week. I'll send you out new recipes. I just want you to be able to relax and enjoy your family and, get people cooking again. I'm not a chef. I'm just keeping it really real but delicious, right? Everybody wants to serve something special on the holidays.
Is Arlo still around?
Oh, here's Arlo.
There's Arlo. I just wanted a quick shot.
He's being such a good
He's
boy.
my 9-year-old black lab, and he every time that say hi over here, buddy. This is his favorite toy. But he loves hanging out in the kitchen with me, and he's just always waiting for me to drop
Waiting
some
for scraps.
So, ladies, I'm not done yet. Coming
Good.
up, I am going to show you the ultimate holiday salad. Got to serve a pretty holiday salad for the holidays, so I can't wait to show you that recipe coming up.
Fantastic. That's right. After the break, we'll see you in a second, Amy. We'll be right back.